when they all got bunched up there and let him go. And then I thought he was going to come back on him, but Marcos just drove away from him. I'm telling you, the 47 car, he's been impressive, especially when he got out front. You can't take anything away from that team. And they rose to the occasion on that pit stop and on their calls and on their strategy.
I think he might be a little bit more aggressive in this situation. Only because I think the 40. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
Ambrose stopped on the track.
Yeah. Unless he's lost a gear. This is going to be interesting. Couldn't get it cranked. He's saving fuel and got to the top of the hill and couldn't get it cranked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Because the motor's off right here.
Yeah.
Now he'll probably.
Yeah. Larry.
What do you think, Larry?
Hey, guys, there's no reason he should have to save fuel. He pitted on lap 80. That's 30 laps. Unless they're just banking that we might end up with 3 green, white checkers, they should be in great shape, especially with these cautions. I have no idea why they'd be trying to save fuel.
I don't think he's going to do that again.
Yeah, he was. I'm telling you, man. He let it roll around the corner and start up the hill and couldn't get it fired because he was on an angle. You know what I mean?
NASCAR may not go for him doing that and losing those spots and then going back up there.
I can't, you know, it's one of those deals that we got into a couple years ago, Larry. Remember, you got to maintain a speed.
Exactly.
And he stopped in the middle of the racetrack.
If they let him go back up there, they just gave him a mulligan.
Yeah, they did. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Jimmie Johnson riding second as we sit right now on track, and more on him with Ralph.
Well, Chad Knaus, the NASCAR official here, talking about what they can do, and it looks like he just got a gift. He just said, Chad Knaus said, you just got the gift for the day. That's it. It looks like Marcus was not allowed to go back to his spot.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely huge.
That is very big, but that is the rule.
That's the rule. We got into that a couple of years ago at a couple of guys trying to get to the end of the race, starting and stopping, who beat who back to the line, who was this, and that's the rule. Marcus started around the corner here, and when he did, the car was cut off. When he coasted up there, it would not fire. He had to pull over. They went around him. He lost positions. You have to maintain speed. That's in the rule book.
See, the NASCAR officials also down in the 47 camp. Obvious disappointment.
That's a huge mistake
for them, but you know, you can't argue this rule.
No, I'm not arguing the rule. I'm just saying that's a huge mistake.
Oh, absolutely, no question.
You can't.
No question.
And don't get me wrong. We've seen some strange stuff here. Jeff Gordon getting passed on the racetrack or on pit road by the 42.
Yep.
It's explainable. We can go back. They can explain it. You know, the teams can explain it. The drivers can explain it. Some of this stuff is explainable. This is explainable also. Okay, there is a rule. You have to maintain fuel. He cut the thing off and let it stop.
And I'll bet you that Marcos doesn't know the rule.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He does not know that rule.
Yeah, look, drivers don't know rules.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that's just the way it is. You just know, okay, so there's 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars passing, really 3, almost 4 cars passing. He should be back somewhere in that area. Now, it's going to be interesting to see where they set him up if he's 5th or 6th.
Okay. They're putting him behind Casey.
And Casey Kane was 7th. Phil?
You know, guys, this may be one of the biggest mistakes we've seen since Mark Martin pulled down pit road on the last lap in a Busch race at Bristol. And Kyle, I disagree. You are supposed to know the rules. Marcus Ambrose is supposed to know that he has to maintain caution speed.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying you're not supposed to know the rules. I said I don't know the rules. That's what I'm saying, Phil.